Season 4, and we are so close to the end of this season, but there is so much still yet to battle for. We're going to go through some of that in just a moment. Let me think what we've got to do here. Okay, the first thing we've got to do is we've got to go through the results from last week. Elite Carbon getting the second win with Welsh Wizard, with who got the pole position from Quali, um, and Budge rounding out the podium positions. Vernie Vern and Kaiser in the two Red Bulls in fourth and fifth. Phenomenal results for them lads. Late in the season. Big Knockos, Mayo Man, Mormick, Major Jam, and Blue Gunner make up the remainder of the people who scored some points. Why not? Sorry, Ronanosaurus. Why not see Angry Comedian, Bunsey, the last of the finishers, no points, with Bunsey getting fast lap, but because he finished outside the top 10 due to that incident that he had near the pit lane late in the race, he does not get the point for fast lap. But for Lucas Supreme, Bio, Rory Drain, and Wilfred Boney, all DNFing at some stage during the race. That leaves us, folks, with first position with 289. Bunsey not extending his lead, but not losing any lead either, as Ronan finished outside as well. Elite Carbon up to third position with that win, 164 points. He leapfrogs a ton of people, and in close proximity to them, or to Elite, is Angry Comedian, Major Jam, and Budge, all separated by a single point, fourth through sixth. Mayo Man with a 142 is making a resurgence. Big Knocko's not with us tonight, but he is on 141. Good finish to the season for him. Rory Drain and Blue Gunner, as always, in the hunt. Them guys can still jump a number of places, even with a few points today. It's the difference between 7th and 10th is 13 points, and since Big Knockos is no longer around this week, there is some points to be made for Rory and Blue Gunner. K Flemo is in 11th, with Griffin in 12th, Welsh Wizard in 13th, Kaiser 14th, Mormick 15th. 15th there with a 54, despite the fact that he's won this year. Mormick probably very disappointed with the results overall, and not achieving what he did last season, or not pushing on from what he did last season, other than that win, of course, which is vitally important to start making those kind of impacts. But it was a kind of a one and done this season. I'm sure we will see more of him in the coming year. Okay, let's see. Vernie Vern there with a great result last week, jumps himself up into 16th with Is a Hero. Langling. Let me see. I'm pretty sure that's the correct. Down in 17th position with 41, despite having a Red Bull and a Mercedes at some stage during the season. Why not see 33 points in 18th with a win? 25 of those points came from a win, as it happens, but no follow-up from him, just like more Mick. Buffa Lucas 19th with 21, with Supreme Bio on 20. Iron Man missing for most of the season, if we're being perfectly honest, on 12, and Wilfred on 1, who is being jumping in as a reserve. There we go. On the other side of the screen, we have the odds for tonight. Bunsey, as always, 1 to 2 favourite, whilst Rodanosaurus is at 2 to 1. Elite Carbon at 3 to 1 following his win last week, his second win of the season. Budge 4 to 1. Rory, Welsh Wizard, K Flemo also all 4 to 1, with Mayo Man at 5 to 1. Major Jam at 5 to 1, with Mayo Man at 6 to 1, as is a hero. Don't know why that's a very generous 6 to 1 there. He should probably be at a couple of 100 to 1 there, the way he's going. Comedian at 7 to 1. Hilarious that Comedian has 157 points and Is a Hero's 41, but Is a Hero 6 to 1 and Comedian is 7 to 1. I guess that's probably due to the fact that Comedian also hasn't scored points in a long time. Supreme Boyle with 7-1. Always a danger with speed. Supreme Boyle also has a win himself. Why not see at 8-1? Blue Gunner at 9-1. Vern at 9-1. Mormick at 12-1. And Kaiser Gunner at 14-1. Let's have a look at some of the news that we have today. Incident with Vern and Buffalucas on lap 10 was deemed a racing incident. Ronanosaurus received a 10-second penalty and 4 penalty points for an incident with Mailman on lap 36. This dropped Ronanosaurus to 11th place, and a couple of other people went up as a result of that. Mailman received a reprimand for an incident with Ronanosaurus on lap 34. Cars should not re-enter the track until it's safe to do so. Cars spin on track should remain stationary until traffic has cleared. No further action is required against big knockos. But folks, the biggest news we have today, right before we start getting our invitation from the Angry Comedian, is of course on the left hand side. There we have it. Season 5's schedule. This begins on March 15th in Bahrain, followed by Saudi Arabia, Monza, Australia, Portugal, the US of A, China, Azerbaijan, Miami, Monaco, Italy, or Mexico, then Italy, Monaco, Spain, mid-season break in and around, I think it is in and around May, followed by Canada, Abu Dhabi, Japan, Austria, Silverstone, France, Hungary, Belgium, Brazil, Singapore, and of course Holland. China no longer, of course, on the schedule. It is for season 4, which is the final race of this season this year. That is the date, the information all up to date. Let me see. Just a quick reminder that next year, or next on March 1st and March 8th, I believe it is, we will of course be having a wheel-to-wheel trial where there are now 4 driver positions in the reserves. Reserves get the first opportunity to reserve in a race. You also get, if you're available, most weeks you will likely get quite a few races during the season. But more importantly, that is the only way that you can ever become a full driver in wheel-to-wheel, because the reserves get the first refusal at a permanent seat. So what you need to do, here's the important news. You need to go up to the top there in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and you need to scan that QR code. In there is all my socials, if you wouldn't mind giving them a like, I'd much appreciate it. But what's even more important is the fact that the wheel-to-wheel public Discord link is in there. Once you go in there, you need to go and find out the or you have to go into the announcements and sign up for the trials. There is approximately 20 drivers currently, and 4 of those will be going through and driving them wheel-to-wheel next season as it stands. Give them some competition if you wouldn't mind. There's the invitations coming in from the Angry Comedian. So excuse me while I interrupt myself and go and join up in the into the lobby, so we're not holding anybody up. There we go. You need, if you're in the public Discord, you go into the you need to go to the trial races section. And once you've done that, you will be eligible to race on the 1st and the 8th to get in. Well, Buffalucas, how art thou, fella? Buffalucas is most certainly on the house, always here, always great to have you in, fella. You're live from the airport, fella. Very safe flight. Don't go mental on the old whiskey before the flight. We noticed that you weren't in today. We have you. We have other drivers there. We say one of the big drivers that we haven't in, Buffa Lucas, one of our full-time drivers, who unfortunately cannot be with us today as he is travelling, it looks like. Thank you very much, Buffa Lucas, for joining us. Welcome in, welcome in. Anyway, as I said, go to the public Discord. You're already drunk, sorry. Well, you know, at least we know you're a nice fella, so you'll be grand. Some people are a bit belligerent. Anyway, that's the news. Very good. As I say, scan that QR code, get up there, get in, and sign up for the races. You can then be joined, or you can then join the rest of the Wheel to Wheel faithful in regular races in Season 5. And there's a whole bunch of news as regards to Season 5. We will have 4 tiers with 5 racers in each. And we'll be back to even cars. It's all a ton of fun, and we will go through that once it has been teased out and we have the actual tiers, drivers broken up into tiers. I have to imagine it will happen as a result of this season and some other information that they'll have. Woo! I suppose you're not traveling if you haven't had a drink. That's it, isn't it? Again, I will interrupt myself. 0 time. I will join you in a drink, Buffa. Very, very best and safe travels to you, my friend. I will have to get you in here to have a discussion with me at some stage. We need to have an interview going on. Just checking out here. Yeah, looks like everybody's being invited. Looks like we have most of the drivers in the channel right now. All good. Let's get the predictions in. Buffa, get your predictions in for this race. If you are there still, I understand that you're going to be flying soon. Who do I fancy for this race? Let's have a look at who's attending. Maybe, you know what? Forget about it. I'm going to do it after quali. Last week was so bad. The only person I got that I put on the podium was Elite Carbon. And that was meant to be my outside third pick. So that's how close things are in this league. Crazy, crazy stuff. Woo! My initial picks are Bunsey, Budge, and Rory. That's what I'm going with right now. Rory third, Budge second, and Bunsey with the win to extend that lead at the top. Oh my goodness. Woo! Vernon and Wilfred showing absolutely cat internet on the left there. I hope, or on the right of the lobby. I hope that that's just a glitch of some sort. I hope that's not actually the case. Oh, Wilfred is up to 100%. Very good. Looks like we only have 15 drivers in the lobby for some reason. Vern's internet is absolutely cat. Oh my, oh my. Oh, it's a long, long week, folks. And it all ends next week. We have 15 in the lobby and we are going like racing. So let's get to it. Get your predictions in if you're watching this after the fact. Give us a like and subscribe if you would very much appreciate it. I would very much appreciate it. I mean, but more than that, would you please go and give your predictions, make a comment in there, let us know you were here. Lee Carbon is eager to go there, flashing away, trying to get this to go. Welsh Wizard as well. Messing around. Major Jam is now in the lobby. Can't believe Major Jam nearly missed the race. And we're good to go. Woo! What a week, folks. What a week. Get your predictions in. Let's see how this goes. We are in Portimao in Portugal. Who are we missing? Are we missing? We're missing one driver. Is it Mailman? Looks like Mailman. Ah. Mailman is out. He was meant to be in today. Oh no, he's in. No, it's not Mailman. We are missing somebody. There was 17 drivers for today. We only have 16. Okay, let's get on. Buffa Lucas would normally be first out of pits, but he's not here today, so somebody else is going to get that honour. Like, who's going to be first out? Chameleon and Major Jam are normally quite quick exiters too. Who have we got? Ronanosaurus is the first one out in Portimao. Chameleon had heartbreak on this very corner this time last year, putting it into the wall and ending, and there's not that's not going to bode well. Rory Drain is out now. We will go with Rory because Rory is now ahead, I think. Oh no, he's just behind. But the two Williams are out. The two Williams are eager today. Bunsey and Angry Chameleon join them on, as does Vernie Verne joins the Williams on track. So Williams 1 followed by Williams 2. Let's see if this is the precedent for the rest of it. Is he slowing down to let people by? No. Nope. We see Drainer there not too far in the back. As he comes down and around to start his flying lap. Let's see how Ronan gets on as he tips the curb on the left hand side to make that first corner easier. It's a double right-hander. As he heads straight down this long straight, the first of the DRS or the first zones that he's come through. Oh, and a bit of a wobble there from him. Is that going to be him leaving it? I don't think so. He's going to go for it. He's going to set a banker. Let's see. And he's round. He has spun. And there it is, his teammate. Well, it's not his teammate, really. Bury in the other Williams. Bury Drain. The GOAT. Drainer the GOAT. He's got his Bang & Olufsen headphones on in there. He's just singing along casually and about to set a great lap. 119. Angry Chameleon is close behind. In that troublesome Alpine that has caused him no end of issues. Bunsey, fastest lap by 7/10. Vernie Vern, not a competitive lap, but here's the Angry Chameleon. He's up into second with a 119.4. Excellent stuff from the Chameleon. That is a good banker. K Flemo knocks him down though. K Flemo goes 119.2. And then we have Mailman at a 120.2. That's going to be better for him. Mormick comes across the line with a 119.2. What a phenomenal time from the Ferrari driver. Major Jam done a lap, but he wasn't on a competitive lap because he was invalidated. But let's see where he goes from here. Elite Carbon has invalidated. So Supreme Bio currently still and no longer a lap. Look at that. Bunsey, Budge and Drainer in a 1-2-3, and right now there is very little separating Bunsey and Budge. I bet there's more to come from both. Incredible time from him. Elite Carbon, last week's winner, as I say. Another invalidated lap from Major Jam. Wilfred Boney. He is coming down around through sector 2. Let's see what time he has as he comes through sector 2. .54. Let's see how that stacks up against other times. Blue Gunner there. Looks like he was giving Wilfred the right away, and that is an invalidation of the highest order. Blue Gunner. That must have been Mayo Man making his way back to the pits. As he comes through sector 2, we had a. We'll see what time he makes. A complicated right-hand turn uphill. As I say, Chameleon did have a moment there last year. As you come down and around. Sorry, that was the turn there. Great turn as you come around and down into the second DRS zone, I think it is. Just about. Apologies, the DRS zone was before that. Okay, here we go. Carbon goes top. Carbon is back with us. 119.4 for Blue Gunner. Excellent. The two McLarens are something to watch out for. I did say that also, as you can see on the ticker. Budge in third with Elite Carbon has just had an incredible few races, and he is looking good for next season. Mayo Man in his third lap for whatever reason, and he's invalidated that. He's just making way. Kaiser Gunner, sector 1 into turn 1. What a great way to attack that series of corners. Bit slow coming through there, but what a great time. He crosses the DRS line, and this is the first DRS zone. That Red Bull does look good. Now, make it look better. Kaiser Gunner. 0 time. fast series of corners here again. But you got to be careful. You got to be careful about the running wide. There, you want to maybe get a bit closer to the left. Sorry, to the right. I'm going dyslexic now. And he comes down around. What time is he going to set? He comes around this really fast last corner and he runs wide and invalidates. And he would have had a 1:19.5, which would have put him into 9th position above Supreme Bio. Whoa, there is a lot of people invalidated laps this time, or this week. What an incredible start to the day. We have Major Jam in that Aston Martin. And it looks like he's going for it this time. He doesn't want to invalidate. There's a lot of places you can run wide in this track, and it's very, very frustrating. As he comes down and around through sector 2. Sector 2 is a 53.7. So we will go back to Bunsey just after this, because Bunsey is just behind. There is a Red Bull there as well. I think that's Vern. He's in an outlap. As Major Jam comes down around the corner and cross the line to get a 1:19.5, a respectable banker. Let's join our good friend Bunsey, my favourite driver of the year. A gentleman, a scholar, and a really worthy champion. And Bunsey has improved and gone a 1:19.00. Wow, what a great lap. Kay Flemwell looking to respond. He is down 2. Oh, and he's gone. He has had a runoff, it looks like. So he's going to go back in and get a new set of boots. Welsh Wizard. Welsh Wizard, an incredible race from him last week. Oh, lose the back end of it there. That Mercedes getting squirrely. We of course did see that the Mercedes released their car livery for this year with a nice black number. If only the car was as good. Apparently in early testing it did not work out very well, with George bouncing off and kind of skipping over the question of if it was porpoising. There were earlier reports that there were no porpoising issues, but he kind of sidestepped it. Now that puts Welsh Wizard with an improvement of almost 2/10. That puts them up to 1:14 or 1:19.414. That's up into 3rd position. Budge now has to respond, and Budge is just warming up those tyres. He is on a lap, of course, but this is not going to be a bad lap. He's building up that ERS so he can go for again. He must have a little bit of a wobble on that process. Once he's gone back into the pits. Elite Carbon's trying to respond now to the Bunsey improvement on his time, but he is invalidated. Even the best of them are invalidated today. That's the 2nd lap that I've noticed that he is invalidated. Excuse me. The Angry Comedian coming down the round. He needs to improve in his time too, as he finds himself down, languishing in 8th position. Well, Spider-Man, Vern to beat AC. I did actually put down, I took it off because I didn't want to get personal, but I did put down as one of the battles to watch today was AC versus Vern. I did actually put that down. I'm not going to lie. I'll hand up, hand on heart, chickened out and took it down. I said that was a battle to watch today, and there's only 3 positions that separate them as it happens. Comedian's not going to set a faster lap this time around, so we will come back to him. Budge now on a fast lap, and he comes down into sector 1. as he begins this lap. Now into sector 2. And what time has he got through sector 2? He's plus 700ths. So he needs to improve considerably in this final sector in order to move up. There's very little at all separating the top 4. You're into the hundredths of seconds. There's the crowd cheering on the former champ as he goes into the pits instead, because he realizes he's not going to improve on his time. Elite Carbon hasn't improved on his time, but he is on a fast lap. See where he's at. He's invalidated again. Oh my god. This is going to be a problem, would seem. We're going to have a ton, an absolute ton of penalties, it would seem. A 119.8 from Wilfred Boney. Everybody except Ronan now into the 119. Unbelievable. Less than a second separates 1 through 15. Sorry. 1 through only 8 tenths, 9 tenths separate 1 through 14. Ronanosaurus is better than that time as well, and as is Kaiser Gunnar, who only invalidated a 119.5. This is a very, very tight lap. This is not a time. Who's going? Mailman. Invalidated lap if he was going again. Let's see who we've got. Budge is still in the pits, getting a new set of boots. Welsh Wizard is back out though, and so is Bunsey. It's likely look Bunsey's last run. In Why Not News, of course, as we see there scrolling across. Apparently, Why Not is out for the day. We are sorry to see that Ironman Big Knockers and Buffalo Lucas, of course, is not racing today. Kay Flemo is first to go across. 119.2. Is Bunsey is Bunsey on his lap already? He sure is. And Bunsey. What's going on here? Seems like something's going on. I don't know what it is, but we'll see. We'll figure out what that is. Bunsey is just going across the line there. That was Kay Flemo that was first across. So we will get a few guys. Excuse me. We will get a few guys who will improve on their times in this final. And we are in the very, very last run here for everybody who's out on track. Mailman needs to get round the track. I don't know if he's going to make that. Anyway, Kay Flemo coming down around the final corners. It's a long, long curve there. He can hit that at full speed. But there he is across. He does not improve. He was plus 4 seconds, but he can go again. Budge is 600ths down. That is enough to jump Welsh Wizard. Where is Welsh Wizard? Welsh Wizard goes top with a 118.4. What a time from Wizard. And it's a 118.7 that we had from Bunsey. These guys are starting to drop the times right off the bloody clock. What's going on? Oh, and there's Elite Carbon gone. It is a bunch of laps invalidated and a spin on the last time of asking. Mormick going for it again, and he's after improving up above Budge. He's a 119.14, so Mormick is loving this track. Budge has backed out of his lap. He's invalidated. That's the end of his quali. Angry Comedian is down about 1.6 tenths and improves to 8th. But Blue Gunner's also out on track, as is Mailman. Oh no, Mailman's lap is done. We have a lot of fast drivers at the back who are not enjoying this track at all, and then we have some other drivers up front who are now fast drivers for some reason. Is a Hero is missing today as well. Welsh Wizard, as it stands though, has taken pole. And we are coming around with Major Jam, who of course is normally the quality specialist. Rory Drain has packed it in and gone into the pits, and that, my friends, is the end of qualification. So Welsh Wizard, back-to-back weeks, takes pole. There we go. That, my friends, is, of course, Portuguese quality. Interesting. Interesting stuff, to say the least. A restart. We have a restart. What has happened? We're looking into that for you folks, wondering what's going on. What is going on? I'm getting messages. I was getting messages, but yeah, there we go. All disqualified. So it looks like we will have a restart. And that is the session gone. There we go. We will try and find out what is going on, of course. But it looks like there was some sort of penalty, I want to say. Looks like there was some sort of penalty. That's all I can make out. Some sort of Okay. So we're joining the session. I am joining the session, comedian. I'm waiting on it to join the session. That's why it says joining session. There you go. Look at that. Imagine that. Anyway, good luck in the race. And we're waiting again. Wizard taking pole. And Mormick with a great performance. Now he needs to back that up with a great start. He's been getting a good pole the last few weeks. Or a good, qualification, as I say. Cheers. Boy. It looks like we're good to go. Oh. So let's think about this for just a moment. Last week we had Wizard with the pole position, and then we had an Elite Carbon win. Is that what's going to happen again this week? Who knows? We are coming live to you in 1080p. If it's available on your beautiful television, you should probably up the quality. Oh, what a wonderful day for a race in what a lovely day for a race in Portimao. Ooh. Ooh. And we're good to go. Oi, oi, oi. So we have Welsh Wizard taking us away with Bunsey in second position, Elite Carbon in third, A Flemo in fourth, Mormick in fifth, Blue Gunner in sixth, Budge in seventh, Supreme Bio in eighth, Angry Comedian in ninth, Mate Jam in 10th, Mailman all the way down in 11th, with Bernie Byrne in 12th, Will Down in 13th, Wilford Boney in 14th, One Allen Sword in 15th, and Kaiser in 16th. Only one not to set a time there, I think. Everybody 1 through 14 were 119 or better. In the 119s or better. One person in the 120, which is wrong. You just couldn't put that extra lap together. But interesting to see that on this track, Rory and Ronan in 13th and 15th in the Williams. The Williams is being slated around. All the guys making their way down and around through Sector 2 into Sector 3. Let's see how this plays out. I haven't got the apologies, but I haven't got the energy today that I had before. Here we go, we're all lined up. Let's do it. It's Portimao. It's season. Oop, more making elite carb again disqualified there technically for not lined up correctly. Okay. It is wheel to wheel week 23 in Portimao. And we are going to see the lights go on and then go off, and eventually this race will start. And sure, there it is. There's the beginning of the race. Let's go. Let's go. Woohoo. Okay. Great start. Great start by Wizard. Elite Carbon, Bunsey, all them holding on to the space. Mick jumps Kay Flemo. And then Kay Flemo gets it all the way back. And we have a safety car already. Wow, what happened? Major Jam is gone from the race. Bit of a bummer there. Angry Chameleon up to 7th, up to 3rd. There's Budge. Why did he jump from Budge? Why did Angry Chameleon jump Budge? Under safety car. Interesting. And these guys are fighting for a position in the championship. 1 point separated Major Jam, Angry Chameleon and Bud start today. And Major Jam is about to lose out, I have to imagine. Angry Chameleon must have got ahead of those, but then fell behind and had to overtake again for whatever reason. Bit of a confusion there at the start. But we have what looks like a safety car. Nope, it was a Virtue. And Budge takes Angry Chameleon already. More Mick and Kay Flemo loving this battle here. This is going to be tasty. Those two cars are primed for a battle today. Kay Flemo probably the faster driver overall, but Mormick with the faster car. This is going to be interesting. And Budge right on the back of this battle too. He's after overtaking. We know Angry Chameleon overtaken by Supreme Bio as well. He is not liking this car in real racing conditions. That is for damn sure. He does not like it one iota. Ronan up 4 positions and Rory up 1. So 2 and the Williams going to make their way up surely. So Angry Chameleon holding on to the back now of Supreme Bio after being overtaken. With Mormick here, this is a huge battle for 4th place. Welsh Wizard separates himself at the front of the pack by more than a second before the DRS skipped in. So that's important for him. He won't have to keep using a ton of DRS. And he's done it by just using up just enough. Oh, but Bunsey's back in there. You'd never count out our new champ. Ronan is back down. We had a spinner. And that promotes Angry Comedian back above Supreme Boyle. And also, looks like I think it was Blue Gunner, was it? It looked like a McLaren that had gone around. Budge falling off the back of Mormick now. That's an interesting thing to happen at this early stage. But Welsh Wizard really is separating himself at the beginning of a lap. Giving up a little bit at the end, but maybe, just maybe now he's separated just enough. Kay Flemo is falling off the back of Elite Carbon. That gives Mormick an opportunity to challenge him into the RS zones. Budge and Angry Comedian going at it. And now, oh, and that's a very wide turn by Supreme Boyle. He is under tremendous pressure here from Supreme Boyle. Here's Angry Comedian. And Budge just not being able to hold on at the back of Mormick. But let's check out what the tires is. And there it is, Angry Comedian went with the fast tires. Mormick and Budge on the same tire. That's interesting. Ronan going with the faster tire to start with, Blue Gunner going long. And he's gone again. And he's gone again. He has put himself into last with 2 spins. Budge getting the DRS on. Yeah, but there's Supreme Boyle getting involved in this. Oh, and a bit of a low tap there from Supreme. Supreme is all over the place. So this is a really interesting track battle, because here is Mayo Man out of nowhere. Budge forced wide there. Not like him. Normally a very sound one. This is giving Comedian all the benefit here of those faster tires, but he is going to have to stop. Mayo Man loving this battle because that allowed him to get back into this. As they come round and complete lap 6. Bernie Byrne 3-second time penalty. First of many. And another one for Wilfred there. I have to imagine this is going to be a penalised track, a heavily penalised track. Looks like Welsh Wizard is about to Elite Carbon going with the faster, or the longer tyres, I should say. But Kay Flemo and Mormick still going at it. Angry Comedian now 3 seconds off of these guys. But Budge is back into DRS. Angry Comedian is going to have to change those tires soon enough. Is he going for a 2-stopper? It'll be interesting to see if that's the case. Oh, sorry folks, I am really tired today. I am trying my best, but let's do it. Let's get through this, folks. Let's get through it. This would be normally the most interesting battle I could ever watch on this track. But for some reason, Today it's just not there. And there he was inside the DRS. So he's going to make up some more time on the medium. Great drive. Look how accurate he is when he goes into these corners. Really just allows him to, there's a second DRS zone. Had the first DRS zone on the main straight, yeah. So very short on that one. And Buncey and Elite Carbon going at it. Despite the fact that this race has had a virtual safety car already, oh, that is run well wide there. That will be a warning. Interesting stuff early on in this race. We have a guy who's really out in front. And Elite Carbon looking to do what he did last week, which was take that win from Welsh Wizard. And look at that! Buncey really attacking into turn one there. That was incredible. And that allows Kay Flemo an incredible opportunity to get back into a podium battle. But look at Mormick, he is sticking with it. And he is after taking it. Kay Flemo is taking that. And Mormick now is the next one. Mormick, oof, bit of a twist there as he came out of it, but he's still in this hunt. Mormick having the drive of his life right now. Budge all over the back of Chameleon now. This is where Chameleon gets nervous. He normally loses it once he has a driver on the back of him. He doesn't like the pressure. Not he drives very fast and accurately once he's on his own, but once he's in a battle he does well for a while, but he invariably makes a mistake. That's the history so far. Mormick keeping it clean and he's going to try and make a challenge down this straight. Look at the speed of that in Ferrari, and he's going to go at Buncey into turn one. You have to see it. But he's not getting that last bit. But he's right there, and that pulls him even further away from the angry Chameleon. And Budge is making that pass now. Chameleon driven wide. And he's held up there, and that's Supreme Bio being held up too. That was an incredible series of corners by the two lads. So Chameleon all over the back of Budge now. Chameleon is 25%, whereas Budge has 35%. But now Chameleon will have the DRS, but he isn't getting the benefit. He hasn't gotten the benefit of those soft tires the way he would like. And there is, of course, Supreme Bio, who overtakes on the inside. Mayo Man is next up. Chameleon is losing those tires, I think. I think we've had the threshold, the changeover. So it's going to be interesting to see where Mayo Man goes. Mormick now will be able to challenge Buncey because, of course, Buncey is not in the DRS zone. Going to go close, but he's going to back out because that is good. That's a great decision. Bernie Byrne with another 3-second time penalty. That is killer for his race. Wilfred Boney at the back. Remembering he is a reserve, so he doesn't get as many races. But look at this. Mormick DRS on the short straight and the superior power. But look at that. Switchback City from the Buncer. The Buntsman, the champ. Oh, and he's driven wide almost. But they're still on the track, and Buncey takes that back, or at least Mormick succeeds his position. Mormick hasn't used all of his DRS, nor has Bunsey, to be fair. They're both around the mid 40-50 area. But it's interesting to see what's happening on track. Mayo Man now the closest battle to the Angry Comedian. As it stands now, Elite Carbon may actually... Oh, and that's really run wide. And there it is. There's the result of all of that. You just knew that those tyres were coming to the end. 10 laps out of them. Not a bad showing. But did he go too long? Or let's see. We will see what his... we will see what it is he has planned for this race. Everybody extremely well spaced out now at this stage. Mormick has overtaken Bunsey again, and he finds himself in fourth position. And Bunsey just doesn't see. There's another 3-second penalty by Bernie Verne. How many penalties has Bernie Verne got? 9. It feels like so many more. Anyway, on with the race. These two guys, this is an incredible battle to see. This is not what I thought. Kay Flemo gets well up the road now. So we have a Welsh Wizard, Elite Carbon, Kay Flemo podium as it stands. This is an incredible race. This is so unpredictable. None of the regular drivers there, except maybe Elite Carbon and Welsh Wizard, who have been good at recent. But this is incredible stuff from these guys. They have just turned this round. Kay Flemo has managed to get into Elite Carbon's DRS zone. Bunsey is outside of the DRS of Mormick, so Mormick now can concentrate on hunting down Kay Flemo. Of course, Bunsey and Kay Flemo are going long. They are on the harder tyres. Rory Drain into the pits after 11 laps to go hard. Is Angry Chameleon going hard for the rest of the race? Ooh. I guess it can be done, as that is what Rory is doing on the mediums. Let's see how this affects Angry Chameleon. Angry Chameleon has gone back in front of Rory Drain. Those hard tyres are slow to warm up, so you will have trouble. You will have trouble battling Rhinosaurs on this opening lap of those tyres. As you can see there, Rory is also suffering a little bit with those tyres. Mayo Man and Kay Flemo into the pits after 12 laps on those tyres. Kay Flemo comes out behind Blue Gunner. He's going to need to get by him quickly. Oh wait, old tyres coming out of that pit. Incredible stuff. Mormick, as it happens, finds himself on the podium. So we have to see where Mormick's lap goes. Will the undercut work in Portimao? Cheers folks, 0-2. 0-2 is 2, so it's not really a 0. Oh, and Mormick going very wide, and that'll give Bunsey an opportunity to get back into DRS on. Mormick not having the cleanest of laps there. Where is he going to be when he goes? Where he's going to go come out? Budge plugging away. Budge plugging away and hoping to overtake Chameleon on track and in the championship today. It is lap 14 of Portimao, 33 laps total this week. This is a rather short track as well. Sorry, it's a mid-track, a mid-length track. Not quite as short as Austria, or not nearly as long as Spa. So we are spread out to hell. Lee Carbon starting to make inroads into those those medium tires of West Wizard, as he's on those hard tires, and we're seeing the transfer over to the faster tire now. Bunsey will start to make inroads into Mormick as well, more than likely. West Wizard goes in. He felt it. He felt that transfer had happened, and it's time. Mick goes another lap. That might be a lap too far, Mick. That might be a lap too far, as we see Budge go in as well, as does Supreme Boyle. Now, Budge, in relation to the Angry Comedian. Let's see how this plays out. We're watching Comedian come around now. That big, long final bend. Coming down onto the pit straight. This is the battle we gotta look at. Is Budge out of pits? He sure is. And how much out of pits is he? Mayo Man made it stick. Angry Chameleon with a 3-second time penalty. Oh, that is going to be screaming at that. So Mayo Man, Supreme Boyle, Angry Chameleon, not. This strategy doesn't seem to be working out for him, and he's getting more warnings there for running wide, I have to imagine. And now he has the worry of Rhinoceros and Rory Grail on the back of him. Ronan for a little bit less, as he is. And there's Mormick going in. That was probably about as much as he probably should have got out of those cars. Now, Mormick, did you go too long? Dave Flemmel. Where is Mormick? Did Mormick do the overcut? Did Mormick do the overcut? He did! Because he's out and he's around. Oh my god! Now more. Oh, but these tires will be nicely warmed up. But that said, they're 3 laps over. Mormick with the overcut. So the undercut is not the way forward in this at all. Those tires are cold though. And he squeezed them fairly, but he squeezed. And Mick is around! And that is devastating for Mormick. Once he goes fast as lap, so he's now involved in this race in a big way. As the hard tires, the long runners are going longer. That is devastation for Mormick. Had such a great race up to there, but those cold hard tires when they come out are detrimental. We've seen that with Angry Comedian, whose tires are now 5 laps old already. Budge up in 8, now up to 7, taking over Bernie Byrne, and as he does, he is nursing them tires into warming up. Does not want a repeat of any of the other incidents. Okay, Flemmel. Where will he stand once this is all done and dusted? Carbon does have to stop again. What is the distance to the leader? Welsh Wizard is 26 seconds behind. He went in a second ahead. How long is it? How long is the stop here? We have a sector 2 spin. 2 is round. So we've seen those tires be really nasty once you come out on them cold. The good thing for the likes of Elite Carbon, Kaiser Gun and Bunsey is the fact that those guys will come out onto medium tires which will warm up a lot quicker. Oh, and running wide there, let's hope that that's not going to incur any penalties. Budge now in the Alpha Tauri. Bernie Baron gone in and gotten some nice set of softs in a Red Bull at this stage with a nice set of softs. He should at least be able to attack fast lap. Bernie Baron another 3-second time penalty as he tries to do so. We are very spread out right now. Wilfred Boney gets a penalty at the back of the pack, and there's Bunsey into the pits. There is Bunsey into the pits. Let's see what happens here. Angry Chameleon finds himself up in 10th. That's him, Rory Drain and Ronosaur still sticking together. Ronan likely to drop off with those tires before long. The Rory is going to push him. Angry using that battery. So Rory. Blue Gunner going long. Still 26 seconds back, 27 seconds back to Welsh Wizard on those tires. Not working out the way you would like. Mormick has still got a chance to get into this. He is only a few seconds behind. Makes up 7 seconds on his other drivers, he'll be flying. Let's see where we at. We have Elite Carbon into the pits. And this is going to be enough. I don't know if Welsh Wizard is going to make it. Oh, he didn't. Elite does it under... But it's not as bad. It's a long stop here in Portimao. So Kaiser Gun goes 19 laps. Is he going to go soft to the for the end? Kaiser likes a switch up in strategy, and right now he leads this race. He's liking these tires. Elite Carbon now has the faster tires. They will warm up quickly, so Welsh Wizard will want to make good on these tires. Whilst he has a little bit of an advantage. Bunsey is behind Blue Gunner, but he will jump up to behind Welsh Wizard now in just a moment, as Blue Gunner and Kaiser Gunner yet to still stop. Yeah, still yet to stop. Mormick gets a 3-second time penalty. That poor chap, his race has just gone from bad to worse. There we go as Blue Gunner goes into the pits. Medium to the end for Blue Gunner. There we come out. Coach finds himself up in second. The gunner will be lightning fast in those cars up. He loves a set of mediums. Mayo Man falling off the back of the likes of Supreme and Budge, but ahead of Comedian. Comedian's tires will age. I'd have to imagine people behind him will reel that time in. Rory Drain is now in DRS again. But Bunsey and Elite Carbon up front on the new mediums and looking good. Bunsey was fast lap. Tires are gone. He likes these tires. Is he going to go in this time? Rhinosaurus speeding in the pit lane. He is not enjoying this track whatsoever. Mick now 3 seconds off penalties. Or sorry, excuse me. Rhinosaurus is Mick is now 3.4 seconds off points. Jesus. Blue Gunner is going to be there to challenge there as well. Now Bunsey is on the back of Welsh Wizard. The hard to medium strategy looks like the way to have gone. The hards on the second stint of this track is just leaving some people really exposed. The undercut does not seem to have worked. Its overcut seems to work on this one. And now Bunsey is going to have a far superior set of tyres as he goes down towards turn 1. Oh, and these two are gone. And that drives Welsh Wizard way off track. And that's that. Only we are nearly at the end of the race, folks. I wouldn't rejoin. But because I am who I am, and because I am giving up, I shall keep going. I don't know what set that off. There was nothing wrong there. Anyway, we are joining again, and we will be right back with action in the last week of the season. Second to last week of the season. We have China next week, which was added late. There we go. Apologies, folks. Once today, not last week. Tired today, so I can't get angry. I'm that tired today that I just cannot get angry. I don't care. I just don't care. Now, and the Chameleon is still under threat from Rory Drain, but that's an ongoing threat. Angry Chameleon is all the way down, and so is Rory Drain, both of them. Bernie Baron with another 3 second time penalty. This has turned into a joke. K Flamo. Kaiser Gun is still going with those hard tires. Unfortunately, he's going to film it. There he is! Let's watch a Kaiser Gunner pit. There he is. And he's gone soft, but I don't think it's enough. The Kaiser comes out in 7th place. Oof! And Mayo Man. An angry comedian not gaining that position. Like he thought he might. But now comedian won't be able to really do much about that because he has 14 lap old hards and Kaiser has a nice shiny set of softs. Ooh. Welsh Wizard is now behind Bunsey. Bunsey has made that pass and the two guys who went hard medium are winning in this race. That was the way to go. Mormick is making inroads, but he has got a time penalty, so it's unlikely now that he'll make that. He'll make the points. Worry Drain now all over the back, even closer to the back of Angry Comedian. So we will stick here for a moment. Oh no, hold on. And again, Welsh Wizard is driven wide. Those guys like battling like that into those turns. Oof. These guys are going hard at it. We're Drain losing out a bit of time. Kaiser Gunn is after making the pass on Mayo Man. Those tires are going to pay dividends. What a strategy by the man. But it definitely seems hards first, softer tire second. Or like a softer tire than hard. Kaiser Gunner sets fastest middle sector, I believe. Kaiser is flying. He loves this track. Kaiser is following up a 5th last week with a great result this week again. Can he catch Supreme Bio with 6 laps to go? With those tires, who knows? I was inspired by Kaiser. This is incredible stuff. Mormick is now almost in the DRS zone. He is of Rory Drain. Can he make the pass now on these tyres? Can he make the pass and get some tyre? Kaiser Gunner with fastest lap of a 120.1. The dude is flying. He's now only 3 seconds off Supreme Bio and he's going to look to get into that as well. He's actually now net P5 or P6 once again. Incredible stuff from Kaiser. What an incredible thing. He didn't drop nearly as far as we thought he would and he's got the perfect tire for this final stint. Somebody getting me excited today and it's Kaiser Gunn. Blue Gunner with a 3-second time penalty. Mormick needs to get past these drivers fast if he wants to make some inroad. Chameleon has a penalty as well, so if he passes him, that's 4th position. Chameleon does not want to be overtaken by Mormick because I have to imagine he's not going to make it stick. So he's not going to get points if that happens. Kaiser is flying. Down to 2 seconds. These soft tires are a dream with this car. 1.8. Look at this dude drive. He has got the best tires on track and he is nearly in DRS. He'll be in DRS next time around. Look at that as the 10s fall off as he goes down the pit straight. Supreme Bio has nothing to, very little to fight back with. So that will be a short battle if that happens. Mormick is no, Supreme Bio is gone. What the hell? Supreme Bio has spun. And Mormick is up into the points. And Kaiser now is hunting down Budge with 3 seconds between them. Is he going to take the mighty Budge? And he can get close enough, maybe, to even K Flemo. What's K Flemo's penalty? Three seconds, so not terrible. He does have... No, he's vulnerable, but Kaiser could improve from his 5th last week to a 4th this week. This is interesting stuff, folks. Truly, truly interesting. Look at that. Kaiser Gunner's now 2.5 seconds off the mighty Budge. There he is, right there, a couple of corners back. Budge is on much, much older tyres. He is getting the benefit out of those soft, don't get me wrong. And he would get longer. Oh, Budge, a bit of wobbly there. Once he he's spun as well. So now Welch Elite, followed by Welch, followed by Bunsey. Now Kaiser, look at that. 1.5 seconds. He is loving these soft tires in his final stint. He's going to be in DRS very soon too. He is just hunting people down with these tires. We'll stick with Kaiser as he comes up on the mighty Budge. Oh, fuck off. Just fuck the fuck off. Sorry, lads. I apologise for the language. I apologise. I'm just not in the fucking mood for this tonight. I apologise. This is crazy. I know apologising means I won't do it again, but frustration. I do mean it when I say it. I just honestly, not today, lads. Not today. Let's see where Kaiser is as he approaches the last couple of laps. And if he can get in within 3 seconds of K Flemo, he will secure 4th spot. And he is flying around this track. So, Budge is within 2.5 seconds of K Flemo. So K Flemo is in danger of dropping 2 places here. Kaiser is now currently sitting in 5th place. Well, almost in 5th place. It is so close. This battle will of course benefit K Flemo for a short period, but with 2 laps remaining, how will this work out? Budge, of course, so experienced and does know exactly where to put the park the car. We are on lap 32. Kaiser is going to go close. Budge has nothing left to burn, and Kaiser is burning everything. Look at that. Kaiser can just not get close enough to Budge. Budge must have much different wing setup there. Mick passes Mailman. Now let's look at the penalties. Mick back in the point. It's unlikely he'll stay ahead of Mailman. Maybe even worry. Ooh. Chameleon. This is where it's at. If he gets by Chameleon, he does stay ahead of Chameleon. Kaiser. The top 3 are decided, top 4 almost decided. Budge is falling off of Cape Lemo, so the top 4 looks like it's decided as a result of this battle with Kaiser. 21 seconds for Bernie Vernon. This is a battle for position. Both have the same penalty. Oh, and he's flying here. Chameleon, neither of them. Just neither of them. Oh, this is going to be a last lap. This is going to be fantastic. Both are derating. But here it is. Great exit by Chameleon and Mick are out. That's probably the way it would have finished anyway. But there it is. Top 4 decided. Budge comes home in 5th. With Kaiser right there. Look how close that was. As with Mailman in 7th, coming across, and Worry in 8th. Only one person left in this whole race. On a bit of shenanigans from Supreme Bio. Milko Boni. As Bernie Byrne comes around across the line for the final time in this race. And in spite of the fact, finally goes into pits. And that is the end of this race, folks. I have nothing left to give you, folks. I apologise. It has been a long day. And that is the end of this week's race in Portugal. We shall see. The champ is congratulating the winner, who is elite once again. Unbelievable. This dude has just turned it on. That's his 3rd win, and he is now closing down on Rhinoceros for that 2nd place, which would seem so improbable. If he gets another win next week, it's entirely possible he takes that. Let's run through the standings before we finish up today. Elite Carbon with the win. Welsh Wizard in second. Bunsey in third. K Flemo in fourth. Budge in fifth. Kaiser sixth. Mayo Man seventh. Rory Drain in eighth. Mormick in ninth. Angry Chameleon in 10th, getting his first point in a long time. Bananasaurus in 11th. Vernie Vern in 12th, despite having something like 22 seconds in penalties. Wilfred in 13th. Supreme Boy going into the pits at the end. And Blue Gunner, the only lapped person on track, it would seem. But he was not enjoying that race whatsoever. He did have 2 stops rather than the traditional 1, so I might explain that. Okay, folks. Absolutely, Welch won a Welch duo right at the very top, and Bunsey there in third and rounding out the podium. Budge has now surpassed Chameleon going into the final race as we draw this season to an end. Kaiser Gunn gets fastest lap and 6th place. What a great result for him. Good tactics there from him too, to go as long as he did. But the idea there is obviously as well, keep it clean and it'll all come to you. Mayo Man scored a few points as it happens too in 7th place. A good return drive for him too. I've got very little left to offer you this week, folks. Let's run through what we should talk about. The things we need to talk about before we go are, of course, there on the left-hand side of your screen. You will find all of the schedule for next season. The order of the tracks. That is the way it is set up. That begins on March 15th. With a mid-season break there after week 13. All right. We will have the exact dates for every race soon for you. That helps Team Bungun's championship, constructor championship, a lot. All of a sudden, Kaiser scored a ton of points, as has Bunsey continued to do so. He extends his lead and goes above 300 points for the season with that result today. Let me see, what else is there? So there's your season 5 tracks in order. They follow the season in F1 as close as possible. Now, let me see. The other things we need to talk about. Yes, the reason I'll put it on here. Hold on, we put it onto the podcast mode because that's a bigger QR code up there in the corner for you. What I need you to do, folks, is if you are interested in driving them wheel to wheel, you need to go into the QR code there. Go into the QR code and go to the wheel to wheel Discord server and go in and sign up for the trial races. There are 4 positions available and there's currently about 20 drivers interested or signed up. There are more interested, but they can't make it. Those 2 races, trial races, will happen on the 1st and the 8th. And the person with the 4 people with the best, the most points after all races are said and done, it will be a case of those guys will reserve next season for wheel to wheel. Reserve is the only way into wheel to wheel, as reserves get the first choice in permanent seats. It's rare that a seat goes straight through reserve and makes it to a brand new driver. Buffa Lucas and Buffa Lucas is a driver who was a reserve in this season and got the permanent seat because he was the number 1 reserve driver for this season. Buffa Lucas wasn't with us today, of course. He is jetting away to lands beyond. But, folks, if you're interested, get in and do that. And now the final plea. The final plea and the final beg. If you wouldn't mind, like and subscribe to the channel here. The usual shit. Scan the QR code. My socials are up there. I've put it there for a reason. Scan the QR code. Have a nosy around in the socials. We've got a few TikToks. We've got a few Facebook groups, or we've got a Facebook group. We've got a Discord in there. If you're into board gaming, that's some other content I will be doing shortly. But if you can't, and if you don't want to do any of that, just give it a like here, or give it something or other. Just give us something. Comment in there. Tell us you watched it. Tell us what you think. And again, folks, I apologize sincerely for the language today. I have just about had enough of this day in general. We will see you next week, just before I jet off personally. The day before I jet off. I'm actually jetting off quite early, but we will bring you next week's race here live on the Meeps channel, the home of wheel-to-wheel racing, week in, week out. And it has been an absolute pleasure every week to come to you, the regular viewers that we have. Thank you very much, folks. That is the end of this broadcast. I really appreciate you joining me. Bye-bye now. See you on the flip side.